Jose Rizales C. Lobrico, a BSB HRM2B student, and today I am going to present a video discussion about managing organizational structure.
So, food and agribusiness firms are made up of people working together toward a common purpose. As soon as an agribusiness involves more than one person, a variety of organizational, personnel, leadership, and motivational issues inevitably arise. The larger the organization, the more complex and critical these issues become. One of the fundamental responsibilities of management is to acquire, organize, motivate, lead, and manage its human resources to accomplish its business objectives as effectively as possible. Given this charge, management must address whatever complex issues may challenge or potentially disrupt that responsibility. So, organizational structure, we mean the formal way that employee responsibilities are assigned in a firm, who reports to whom, who has responsibility for what, or etc. Basically, we are talking about the firm's organizational chart. Management must also concentrate on directing and supervising the day-to-day activities of employees. This involves the total personnel function: recruiting, hiring, training, evaluating, promoting, administrating, compensation and benefits, firing, and in some agribusinesses, working with organized labor. So we have two types of organization: the formal organization and the informal organization. But first, let's talk about the formal organization. So, organizations depend on two kinds of structure to operate efficiently. We first look at the formal structure that serves as the foundation for all activities. So, in the US, businesses economy, the owners of a firm provide the firm with the financial resources with which to operate. They also set the general direction for the organization, either directly or through duly elected representatives. So in a formal organization, we have the responsibility, authority, and accountability. So when you say responsibility, it is the obligation to see a task through to completion. It may be a contractual obligation, or it may be a voluntarily assumed but it cannot be given away. Responsibility can be shared with another person or group, but it can never be passed downward with no further obligation. The obligation remains undiluted with its originator. Next is authority. It is the right to command or force an action by another. Authority allows instructions to be given to another individual with the expectation that they will be carried out explicitly. So authority is a derivative of responsibility, since it must come from the ultimate source of responsibility. Last, the accountability involves being answerable to another person for performance. Associated with accountability is the notion of reward for acceptable behavior or penalty for unacceptable results. So accountability is to derive from responsibility. So let's go to the informal organization. When you say informal organization, it is concerned primarily with the activities of people as they perform their job functions. But the formal organizational structure cannot possibly control all of the personal relationships that exist in any agribusiness. So whenever people come together, informal relationships develop that may have significant impact upon the effectiveness of the formal organization. The informal organization is primarily concerned with interpersonal relationships among people, that is, about their emotions, feelings, communications, and values. So, The informal organization is an important part of an organization's culture. Let's talk about the principles of organization. There is no shortage of books, articles, magazines, and websites on how to be successful in business management. Many factors can be cited, but perhaps the most far-reaching is the human element, such as culture, value systems, structures, communications, and personalities. So although organizations are always in a fluid state because they are continually changing, there are several key principles that are useful in developing an effective organizational structure. The types of organizational structures. The foregoing organizational principles give rise to three primary types of organizational structure: line, line and staff, and functional. So first, line organization. A line organization is a structure in which there is one simple, clear line of authority extending downward from top management to each person in the organization. So each subordinate reports to only one person, and everyone in the organization is directly involved in performing functions that are primary to the existence of the business. Second is the line and staff organization. The line and staff organization is a variation of the line organization. So the difference is that it includes a place for specialists, sometimes known as staff. In this type of organization, staff personnel have direct accountability to K-line managers and responsible for offering advice on problems or providing services in their area of specialization. Lastly, the functional organization. So a functional organizational structure meets the problems of staff specialist authority head on by granting them authority in the areas of their specialty. So the horticulturalist that sees the need for an immediate insecticide treatment of breeding plants has the responsibility and the authority to command workers to make the application.
So that's all for my discussion, and I hope that you guys have learned something about my discussion. Thank you.